So, this is a topic that we have been talking about quite a bit here in the bonsai empire, and that is the question of art versus commerce, or more specifically, how we can strike a balance between the two. Commercializing bonsai offers some very significant benefits. It allows for more people to enjoy and learn about this ancient art form. It creates an additional source of income for growers in countries where bonsai is a primary source of income, and it leads to innovation. In fact, one of the most successful bonsai businesses that I know of has scaled their business in large part by adopting the same digital marketing strategies that we talk about here all the time. That means they tell stories, they make great looking videos, they post frequently on social media, and they interact with their audience. And as a result, they have created a thriving business while sharing their passion for bonsai with the world. But at the same time, there are some serious drawbacks to consider. So let's talk about those as well, because if we are going to grow this community, we need to be growing it in a healthy way. So let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to our supporters. Your support helps us to keep making these videos every single week. And if you would like to join the family, check out the links below. Okay, so let's start with quality. The handcrafted nature of bonsai is what gives each tree its unique depth, character, and beauty. It's not just a plant, it's a living sculpture that reflects years of dedication and skill. When bonsai is mass-produced, however, it can lose that personal touch that makes it so special. The result is often a product that lacks the same level of detail and care that goes into a hand-shaped tree. Now, I know this argument might seem a little bit familiar. A lot of you have probably heard something similar regarding NFTs and digital art. There's this idea that when things become commercialized, they somehow lose their soul or their meaning. But I think the reality is a little bit more nuanced than that. Bonsai will always have its roots in China, regardless of who is making it. And no matter how mass-produced it becomes, there will still be those who appreciate the craftsmanship and the dedication that goes into making a bonsai tree. But there is a risk that as bonsai becomes more popular, the majority of people who purchase bonsai are only looking for something that looks pretty, and that the artistry behind it becomes secondary. Speaking of artistry, let's talk about authenticity. Bonsai is more than just a decorative item. It's a reflection of Japanese culture, history, and philosophy. Each tree tells a story and has a connection to its roots. When mass-produced, this story gets lost and the tree becomes just another object on a shelf. This not only dilutes the cultural significance of bonsai, but it also risks erasing the traditions and techniques that have been passed down for generations. Next up, let's talk about sourcing. As the demand for bonsai increases, so does the incentive for illegal harvesting and trafficking of rare species. This not only threatens the natural habitat of these trees, but also the long-term sustainability of these species. If we don't take steps to protect them now, future generations may never get to experience the beauty of these trees. There is already a precedent for this. For example, in 2016, the Chinese government placed a temporary ban on the export of boxwood, which is a very popular bonsai species due to overharvesting. This has had a significant impact on the bonsai industry and has forced growers to find alternative species to work with. If we allow this trend to continue, it could eventually lead to the extinction of some species altogether. Another big concern is that many of these mass-produced bonsai come from mass-produced pots. And believe it or not, there is a very real issue with these types of pots. They're made from plastic and they leach chemicals into your soil and they break down over time. In addition to that, they're typically glazed, which means that you can't really use them for food growing. And then there's the issue of scale. Growing bonsai requires patience, skill, and an understanding of the delicate balance between art and commerce. Large-scale production can make it difficult to maintain the high standards of quality and authenticity that we expect from bonsai. When trees are mass-produced, the focus is often on quantity rather than quality. This can result in trees that are poorly pruned, have unhealthy roots, or are not properly aged. In addition to that, the environmental impact of mass-producing bonsai cannot be ignored. The transportation of these trees around the world requires fossil fuels, which contribute to climate change. In addition to that, the materials used to make bonsai pots, fertilizers, and other supplies are often not sustainable. But despite all of these challenges, there is hope for the future of bonsai. Many growers are taking steps to ensure that the practice of bonsai continues to thrive. They are working to develop new techniques for growing bonsai that are more environmentally friendly. They are also educating the public about the importance of preserving the cultural heritage of bonsai. By supporting these efforts, we can all help to ensure that bonsai remains an art form for generations to come. There are ways to shop for bonsai while still being conscious of these concerns. Look for trees that are grown by small independent nurseries. These trees are often higher quality and more authentic than those grown in mass. Check for certifications such as Fair Trade, which ensures that the trees are grown in a sustainable and ethical manner. And ask questions about the sourcing and production methods used by the nursery. A good nursery will be happy to provide this information. You should also be aware of the potential red flags when shopping for bonsai. Avoid trees that are too perfect. Perfectly shaped branches and leaves can be a sign that the tree has been heavily pruned and manipulated, which can be harmful to its health. Also avoid trees that are sold in plastic pots, especially if they're glazed. And finally, avoid trees that are sold as a set. Mass-produced bonsai are often sold in sets of 3 or 5 trees, which is a good indicator that they're not very special. If you're still unsure about the quality of a bonsai, don't be afraid to walk away. It's better to wait until you find a tree that you're happy with than to buy something that you'll end up regretting. And lastly, consider the long-term commitment involved in owning a bonsai. These trees can live for hundreds of years with proper care, which means that you need to be prepared to provide the tree with the attention it needs to thrive. Don't just think of it as a decorative item that you can set and forget. Instead, think of it as a living work of art that requires your care and attention to stay healthy. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. What are some of the ways that we can promote the growth of bonsai while also protecting its cultural integrity and sustainability? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. We also have a second channel that is dedicated to all things bonsai related. We share tutorials, reviews, and behind-the-scenes content there. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description. Lastly, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to give you a special shout out. Thank you for being one of the true supporters of this channel. Your loyalty and passion for bonsai means a lot to us, and we appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video. Remember, the best bonsai is the one that you enjoy the most. So go out, find your favorite bonsai, and let it bring you joy for years to come.